that's really proving themselves. Like, Westbrook might be one of the best regular season players in the league right now, but he's not that good in the playoffs. Bradley Beal is, again, Bradley Beal and Westbrook are similar. They're kind of like James Harden a couple years ago. Like, James Harden has gotten better in the postseason, but he needs help to be better. Harden, when he was the leader in Houston, he played his heart on the regular season, and then he was burned out in the playoffs. I think that's what Westbrook and Beal have done. But I think the Sixers sweep them. They're just simply a better team. Okay. Alright. Okay, so, oh, shoot, that wasn't the end yet. Alright, let me restart the music here. Okay, finally, LeBron says it's going to be special, with the Lakers playing their first home game since 2013. And, they were hoping to get this last year, but they didn't. But it's going to be great. I'm going to take the Lakers. I'm thinking they win big tonight, actually. Like, if I were betting, I wouldn't even take the Suns +7. I don't think they even cover that. I think the Lakers win by more than 7. I think they win very comfortably tonight. Maybe even a blowout. Because I just think tonight, either AD or LeBron has a big game. And I think the Suns are going to be thrown off by Chris Paul's injury. I think they win. Alright, so obviously, I've been very positive with Tua. I really have. I'm really trying. And I mean, I really don't think it's a big deal. I've been saying this. I don't think it's a big deal. Tua hasn't even played a full season yet, and we're already saying he's not the guy. I think we gotta chill. But I'm a little worried for Tua right now. Because Chris Greer is a deal maker, and Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson's still up for trade. And really, the media is just pounding Tua. I'm hoping he doesn't listen to analytics, Chris Greer, and sticks with Tua, because even though Rodgers and Deshaun Watson are better than Tua and would be an upgrade, I just think you should see what you have in Tua before jumping into conclusions. But I'm a little worried. And, so, I think just give him at least a year. At least 1 year of playing quarterback. And if you're unsure after this year, make it 2. I just don't think it makes any sense to jump to a conclusion on this. Okay, so I talked about Aaron earlier, obviously. And I think Aaron Rodgers is a lot like KD. They're sensitive. And Bob Myers, the Warriors GM, once said that Steph, I think there was one at a Warriors, or no. There was one at a press conference, one at the Warriors championship parade. At the press conference, he said, guys like Steph don't come every day, and he deserves to get better treatment. And then at a Warriors championship parade, he said, he was asked, I heard you would give KD anything he asked for. And he said that was just for the media. I think it was kind of a joke, though. And then he said, Steph is different. We would do it for him. And KD laughed, but you saw the guys around him. They were like, oh, you shouldn't have said that. And, as a GM, I think you have to be ready to deal with different personalities, And Bob Myers did a good job with that. He did it. I mean, he did it for 3 years. Dealt with a guy like Steph, who was very low maintenance. Doesn't really ask for much, And I mean, he shouldn't ask for much. I mean, he had 3 All-Stars. But even when he didn't have 3 All-Stars, he didn't ask for anything. So he's very low maintenance. Another guy like KD, who was very sensitive to criticism, and wanted to be treated just like Steph. Aaron Rodgers. And I mean, KD is just as good as Steph, to be fair. To be fair to anyone who is a KD fan, KD is just as good as Steph. And Aaron currently is better than Tom Brady. Like, right now, Aaron's better than Tom Brady. But all time, obviously, Brady's a lot better. And Brady's obviously a lot more experienced in the playoffs. So it's really a toss-up. But I think right now, Aaron is better than Brady. And obviously Aaron feels that way because he's looking for... And I don't even know... Like, actually, to be honest with you, I don't even know if Aaron even actually wants exactly what Brady has. He's just asking for a little more respect. I mean, he's not saying he wants to be involved in free agency signings because that's what Brady's getting right now. Like, that's not what Aaron's saying. He's just saying, I'd like to be listened to a bit more than I am. It's not like you have to listen to everything he says, but listen to me a little bit. But Aaron and KD, very similar. And I hope... And KD, I think the Warriors, honestly, could have traded him if he didn't leave in free agency. Because I've heard from Warriors reporters that the Warriors were getting frustrated with KD as he left. Alright, so obviously Aaron Rodgers and DeChambeau are going to play golf against Brady and Phil Mickelson. And they traded little jabs on Twitter. And honestly, I said this yesterday, it really looks like Aaron is doing everything in his power to stay away from Green Bay. He just does not want to be there right now. Like, he's going to Hawaii, he's doing Jeopardy, he's doing golf tournaments. It's really not working out right now. I love how the guy, like, in the memes that Brady was posting, he's just, like, rolling his eyes for a guy walking past him. Like, imagine how much you have to hate a guy for that you can't even concentrate on an interview question. You have to, like, roll your eyes when he's coming past you. That's, like... It's crazy. That's really petty right there. But I really want Aaron Rodgers to just come back. I don't think he has to appear at OTAs. It's not even required, so he doesn't have to. But I'm really hoping that he comes to at least one of them to give, so that people just shut up. I think it will really shut a lot of people up. I really do. Because they're like, oh, maybe he's coming back of it. Yeah. He wasn't leaving in the first place. He's just asking for a little more respect. But really, I don't know if he leaves or stays. That's why I needed to come back. If he comes back to Green Bay, like, just go back to Green Bay for a bit, like for a second, so we can get a little more reports to kind of get more evidence, and then I can make a prediction. Alright. Let's get some music going. Alright, come on. Come on, load up. But, really, if Aaron comes back to Green Bay, it could either give me more hope than I have right now, or really, really make me... It could really lower, my stress levels right now if he comes back and we get good reports. But if we get bad reports, I'm screwed. But I don't know. The reason I keep saying I don't know is because he's not in Green Bay. Alright, let's get some music on. I'm not even going to talk about this right now. Alright, so Trevor Lawrence is excited to play with Tim Tebow. He said, here's the quote, by the way. That's just the guy you want to be around. Now, I hope Tim Tebow does very well, but I don't think he works. I really don't. You know, I just don't think it works. I really don't. Because it's 8 years out of the NFL. It would be a phenomenal story, and I'm rooting for him. But he's been out of the NFL 8 years. He wasn't even a good quarterback. And he now wants to play tight end. I don't know. I sense disaster with this. I don't know. It's really tough. Okay. So, Tua admitted, that he didn't know the playbook well enough this year, but he's getting better at it, and at least he's being transparent, because, I mean, you know, sometimes a lot of quarterbacks struggle with that, like being transparent. You know, because I think a lot of quarterbacks don't do that very well. You know, it's not always easy to, like, detect what someone's, like, actually feeling there. But Tua, he's being very transparent here. And I hope he bounces back. I really do, because I don't want to look like an idiot here. And I'm not saying... Actually, I don't think I would look like an idiot, because I'm not even saying that he's good. I'm just saying give him some time before judging him like this. Alright, let's move on from that before I ramble. Alright, so Montrezl Harrell liked a tweet trolling the Clippers. The tweet read, they really said Montrezl Harrell was the problem. And I never thought he was. It wasn't. Harrell won 6th Man of the Year, first of all. And I think it should have been Dennis Schroeder, but it was Montrezl Harrell. But I mean, it wasn't Montrezl Harrell. You know, it wasn't him. It was really the fact that PG played terribly. And their role players were not that good either. And I know they said he was a little difficult to work with. But it's clear right now that he's not the problem. Right now. But we'll see. We'll see if they bounce back at Dallas. Okay, so Trae Young yesterday. This kid's getting teared apart. He really is. Trae Young Spalding. That is insane.